Hi, my name is Kanishk Jain. I am recording this tutorial video to demonstrate how to complete the task 2.1b of SIT210 Embedded Systems Development. So the task objective of 2.1 is to analyze and implement the required system. That is, we have to blink the built-in LED of Arduino Nano board in Morse code for our first name. So this task has some requirements. The requirements are divided into two parts, software requirements and hardware requirements. So first, the software requirement, there is only one software requirement, that is Arduino IDE. Any version is suitable. Moving on to the hardware requirements, we require only three things. The first thing is Arduino Nano board. The second thing is any Wi-Fi enabled device on which we can write our code, and using this device we will be uploading the code to Arduino. And the third and last thing we require is a micro USB to USB A cable. Now moving further to the knowledge required, there are only three things that we require to complete this task. The user must have basic idea of how to operate the Arduino IDE. Secondly, the user should know what is the Morse code and how to write letters and words using Morse code. And the last thing the user required to complete this task is very basic knowledge of any programming language, for example C# or C++. So now I will be giving a brief introduction of what is Arduino IDE and how to operate it. So as you can see here, there are 5 tabs on the top left corner. You have to make sure of two things before using this. In this tools tab, the right board is selected, whichever you are using, and after that when you connect your board, the board will be listed here, so you have to select the board. After that, this tick button is used to compile your code, and this arrow button is used to upload the code to Arduino. In this white area you have to write your code. So now I will describe what the Morse code is. So to put the introduction of Morse code in simple words, we can say that it refers to either of the two systems for representing letters of the alphabet, numerals, and punctuation marks by an arrangement of dots, dashes, and spaces. The codes are transmitted as electrical pulses of varied lengths or analogous, mechanical or visual signals, such as flashing lights. So as you can see on the screen, these are the alphabets, numbers and symbols written in Morse code. So as you can see here, if we have to write the letter A in Morse code, we have to blink the light for a dot and then a dash. Similarly, as you can see, for B, we have to first blink the light for a dash and then 3 consecutive dots. In this way, we can write any word or sentence using the Morse code. So now I will be explaining my code which I have written to complete the task 2.1p. So as you can see here, in the void setup I have declared the built-in LED of Arduino Nano board as output so that I can blink it according to my will. After that I have declared two separate functions, one for dot and one for dash. So there is a rule in Morse code that the dots and dashes are always in the ratio of 1:3 for their duration. So according to that, I have given a duration of 0.2 seconds for dot, and 0.6 seconds for dash. After that, using these symbols and the dot and dash functions, I have written the code to blink my name in Morse code, that is Kanishk. So I have written each letter in comment, and after that I have written the Morse code for that. Other than that, I have given a delay of 1 second after each letter so that it is easy for the reader to read the Morse code. So this task also requires us to answer some questions. So this is my submission. The first question that the task requires us to answer is, describe the steps required to modify the code to blink your last name instead. So with the method that I have used, it is not a very hard task to blink my last name. I will just have to use the dot and dash functions and the symbols, and I can easily write my name in my last name in Morse code. I have also included the code to blink my last name in Morse code in my submission. After this, the second question is, discuss the effectiveness of your modifications. Reflect on how you should modify your code to be reusable and modular to adapt quickly to changes and requirements. So in this question, you have to explain or propose a way in which you will be modifying your code further so that your code becomes more reusable and modular. To put it in simple words, your code should be able to be used again and again for by any person easily. Your code should not take a huge amount of work to be adaptable to other requirements. So for example, the task 2.1p requires us to blink our first name in Morse code, but for a change, if someone wants to blink a sentence in Morse code, then that will take a very huge code to blink. So the solution that I have proposed in this question is, I will be writing a code with 26 different blocks in if loop and a for loop. The for loop will character by character see the string and call the block in if loop, which will blink the LED in Arduino. Moving on, the third question is to create a repository on GitHub. You have to name that repository as blink name and upload the code that you have written for your first name to GitHub and include your link here. The last question is to take a 5-second video of Arduino board with the LED blinking in your first name. You have to upload the video to YouTube or any other platform that you like and include its link here. So that's all. Thank you for watching.